But first, why do we need ideas? There must be some reasons, there must be some compelling conditions or situations because of which we need ideas. Many centuries ago, one of the philosopher and thinker, Mr. Plato, described that necessity is the mother of all invention, and we all agree on that, right? When we have a need, we of course are looking or hunting for something that takes care of the situation or helps us to deal with that situation. And when the situation is not really in our favor, when it is not favorable to us, we have that inert urge or hunger to correct that situation, and that's why we need to find ways to deal with that situation, and all put together we call that necessity is nothing but mother of all invention. So why do we need? So there are three different ways to look at it. The first and foremost is survival. We all need to survive, right? uh, it is obvious to if you look at the globe, the world has actually been evolving ever since it has come into existence. Our planet earth has undergone so many different changes ever since it has taken the birth. And then lot of species which has traveled on this earth, which are still surviving on this earth. If you follow the theory of survival of the fittest, uh, the survival of fittest is also nothing but an invention, and behind that there was an idea. Because people have come to an understanding, people have come to a realization that if we don't do something about a situation which probably is very much threatening and probably is going to put the very existence in question mark, people have to look for the ideas, people have to look for the inventions, and that's how they have been able to survive for those many years. Even the mankind, the human being also, as we have studied in our early elementary science, we are also result of the evolution process. And because the whole world is evolving every second, every minute, every week, every year after year, and decades after decade, there are things which are changing. When the things are changing, obviously there are new requirements, the new challenges which come up, and they threaten our survival, and that's why we need a constant stream of ideas which is leading towards different innovations. Then survival, if it is sorted out, if we are well placed in terms of our survival, we are not the species, especially the human beings, we are not the species which will settle on one place. It is something which is coded in our genes, and that something is nothing but growth. There is one famous saying which reads, that which does not change does not grow, and that which does not grow finally extinct. Extinct means it disappears. It is just poof, it's gone in the air. It is something which is not existent anymore. That means it, just survival is not sufficient. You also need to continuously grow, because it is an innate requirement of human genes. And in order to continuously grow from one level to another level to another level, again we need ideas. So these are the requirements or compelling situations under which we all need to be behind the ideas, and those ideas are leading to innovation. Then if your survival and growth is taken care of, everything that we do, for example, ours is the most comfortable and convenient generation that has ever lived on this earth. I'm sure all of you would agree. Today we have everything thanks to the technology, thanks to science, thanks to a lot of beautiful inventions which have happened over the centuries after centuries. Ours is the generation which is living in the most comfortable and convenient situation. But every technology also has a flip side. Every change brings the comfort, but with comfort, of course it adds a dimension which is completely opposite to it, and that also needs to be taken care of. And that need of taking care of is nothing but our response to that situation. So for example, a few years back, There was a lot of discussion, and it is still under discussion about the breaking ozone layer. And some of the scientists, some of the researchers have figured out that there are certain chemical activities which is happening on this planet Earth is actually causing the rupture in that ozone layer. Now, ozone layer is supposed to protect the environment. It is also supposed to protect the mankind and a lot of other species, because there are all violating rays which are coming out of the solar system, which is quite damaging to planet Earth and all the inhabitants which are living on this planet. But because ozone layer is breaking, they tried to figure out what is really causing the breakage of ozone layer, and then they figured out those chemical activities. For example, the refrigerator, which typically uses a particular gas, if it is released in a higher volume, and if it accumulates, it goes into that ozone layer and breaks that ozone layer. That means the comfort that we have got in the form of refrigerator is also having a flip side, and that flip side is actually causing a damage in the background. All right, and that means we have to now respond to this new situation. So the question on this slide is, why do we need innovations, or why do we need ideas? That is precisely because of our survival need, our growth need, and our need to respond to the situations which are changing.